Hello, everyone, and welcome to Metro Matters. I'm Mary Sitt. For those of you who commute on Highway 290, you know traffic is always backed up, even on weekends. New subdivisions have cropped up in the 1960 area, and that's adding to the bottleneck. On an average day, it takes about 45 minutes on the bus from the Cypress Park and Ride to downtown. And on a bad day, it can take an hour and 15 minutes. But now there's good news. Metro and the Texas Department of Transportation are working together to build diamond lanes that should ease those traffic jams. Here's Pablo Valle to tell us more. Pablo manages traffic, transportation, engineering, and transit-related projects as a senior project manager in the Capital Program Department here at Metro. He earned his master's degree in civil engineering from the City University of New York. Thanks for being with us, Pablo.
Thank you, Mary.
Tell me, what is going on with the 290 Diamond Lane project?
Basically, the 290 Diamond Lanes is a project it's a partnership project that we want to build it in order to alleviate congestion on 290. Just to give you a brief background on the project itself, the project is going to be starting from just west of Barker Cypress and to east of North Eldridge, right where our HOV lane currently starts.
And tell me exactly, what is a diamond lane? I mean, we all know there's these diamond-shaped things on the lane, but what does that mean? Does it mean no private vehicles there, just buses and carpools?
Right. A diamond lane normally means that it's an exclusive lane for, in this case, for carpoolers and for transit buses.
So it functions as an HOV lane without the barriers?
That's correct. That's correct. The difference here is we don't have a barrier separation.
Will it be illegal then for private cars to get on that lane and zip down it, or can they get away with it?
If they have two or more passengers in their vehicle, then it's okay for them to go in it. Now, if they only have one passenger, then yes, that's correct. It's going to be illegal for them to use that lane. How
difficult will it be to sort of police that though?
Well, it's not very difficult. A lot of these successes of these diamond lanes are usually relied upon the enforcement that is done at these lanes. So there is going to be some enforcement in order for us to get the maximum benefit from these lanes.
Now, can you tell me how far along will these diamond lanes stretch? From what point to what point approximately?
Now, the diamond lanes is approximately 6 miles distance. Like I said, it's going to be starting just west of Park of Cypress. That's in close vicinity to our Cypress Park and Ride. And then it's going to go all the way down west of North Eldridge. That's where we have the beginning of our slip entrance to our existing HOV system. So
all of our customers who currently do our park and ride buses from that park and ride lot will be able to get a much faster commute downtown.
Yes, yes. As you're aware, one of the things that we run from our park and ride service is our commuter buses. Now, currently, with all the congestion that happens in 290, the buses usually take a lot longer to travel downtown. Now, in a very congested time period, what we call the peak hours, where the traffic is very heavy, the buses are going at approximately 20 miles per hour.
Wow. On the freeway?
On the freeway. The biggest benefit that we're going to get from this is the transit. We're going to provide a better transit service. The buses are going to be able to travel at much greater speed. Now, just to give you an idea, the speeds that we could reach on these diamond lanes are about 45 miles per hour. So there's a lot of benefit.
So it's more than double the speed then?
Absolutely. There's a lot of benefit both for the transit users and also for some of the carpoolers that, like I said, 2 or more people that would be using this.
45 miles an hour doesn't sound like it's really fast on a freeway, but hey, coming from 20 miles an hour, I'm sure that's great.
Right, and absolutely. I mean, it's almost a 50% increase in the efficiency. Now, from a transit.
So how much time would people be able to go? Reduce the time by half?
Yeah, one of the things, the preliminary studies that we've done shows that we could be saving, on average, about 15 to 20 minutes.
That's a lot.
On the total travel time.
That's great.
Once we hear 15, 20 minutes, it doesn't seem like much, but what it does from Metro perspective, from the operations, that turns into an annual cost savings of about $100,000.
Wow, really?
Absolutely.
Because the bus is taking less time to get from point A to point B, so you can put it in rotation more frequently?
A lot faster. The service is a lot more reliable. And also what happens is when you provide a more reliable transit service, then you tend to attract more users. Now, the other benefit, now that we're just talking about the benefits, is we're also going to be able to alleviate the congestion that we currently have on our Northwest Station Park and Ride, which is just east of the current Cypress Park and Ride.
And we'll be able to do that because of the diamond lanes taking up some of the traffic.
One of the things that usually happens is people that are coming from further out on 290, they would want to tend to drive closer to the Northwest Station Park and Ride because it's a lot faster for them to get into the HOV lanes. Now, if we provide these diamond lanes, more people are going to tend to park further out and park at the Cypress Park and Ride, utilize that service because it's going to bring them a lot faster.
I understand construction has already begun, right? It started in July, and when will it be completed?
That's correct. That's correct. We've started construction already. One of the things the major components that we are going to be performing there is restriping of the main lanes. We're going to be putting some signage to indicate to the public, to the users, that this is a diamond lane. So now we estimate that this project is going to last about another month and a half. So we would be done by end of August, or right when school starts.
Okay, great. We've got a lot more with Pablo Valle, our expert of the Highway 290 Diamond Lanes. Stay with us and we'll learn about our partnership with TxDOT.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
It's the METR to the O. The buses and the trains keep you on the go. We got hybrids, we got low floors, all come equipped with ADA doors.
Hello.
Yeah. The 32 Redwick won't bring you down. It goes north to south, but it's still across town. Swift line gets you from the SE, riding on the quick line to the TMC. Come on, take it easy, there is no fuss. The only way to ride is on the bus. You wanna go, we got your ride. All around the city, to the west side. Got my bus service, covering all your bases. Riding down the street, Metro's going places.
Check this out.
Have you ever found $5, $10, or even $20 in some clothes that you'd forgotten about? Great feeling, huh? New found money. What would you do? Treat yourself to a special meal? Upgrade your cell phone? Or join a health club? Metro's new Star Van Pool program is a good place to find some of that extra money. There are some immediate openings on some Star routes right now. Call us for a free trial and discover newfound money. Discover Metro's Star.
We've been talking with Pablo Valle, Senior Project Manager, Traffic Engineering and Facilities here at Metro. Pablo's been handling the 290 Diamond Lane project. Pablo, tell me about the partnership we had with Texas Department of Transportation to do this project.
Yes, it's very important that we mention the partnership. One of our major principles, or one of our 7 principles, is partnering. One of the things that we've been doing with TxDOT is we've been in charge of the design. We have led the design, and then working with TxDOT, they're going to be doing the construction. So it's a great partnership project that's going to benefit not just our patrons, but also the overall users of the 290 highway corridor.
And did we give the money to TxDOT to construct this?
Yes, correct. Part of the money for the construction came from our funds, and we provided TxDOT with approximately $680,000 for the actual construction of the lanes.
And then we provided the design work in conjunction, and they sort of like looked at it with us and collaborated. We did most of the design work, right?
Before we go into the actual construction, even the consideration of the lanes, we needed to get approval from the FTA. That's the Federal Transit Administration. Once we were able to get approval from FTA, and since TxDOT, the Texas Department of Transportation, manages the freeways here in our local area, we needed to get approval from TxDOT and also work in conjunction with them. So yes, we did the design, TxDOT approved the design, and now in conjunction with them, TxDOT is constructing it, and we're providing some oversight.
And then who will maintain the lane?
The maintenance of the lanes is going to be our responsibility.
Pablo, is this unusual to have this kind of partnership on this level and this magnitude with TxDOT?
It's not unusual. Over the past several years, we've been doing major projects with TxDOT, especially areas where our buses run through. Since TxDOT does operate the bridges and the roadways, so it's not unusual for us to get in partnership with them. But now with our new working principles, we look more for those opportunities to work even closer with them.
Now, once this diamond lane is built, how long will it stay a diamond lane before it's converted into an HOT lane?
For now, the lanes is going to be operating as a diamond lane. There might be a possibility now that we're going to be converting our existing HOV lanes, high occupancy vehicle lanes, into toll lanes. There is a possibility that we could convert it in the future. Now, before that happens, there has to be some evaluations performed. We have to see if there's really a need for it, and also if there's a feasibility for us to be able to implement the hot lanes. So,
but mainly all of our HOV lanes will eventually be converted into the hot lanes, which is high occupancy toll lanes? Is that what it stands for? High
occupancy toll lanes. That's correct. Currently, we're working on another project that ties into our HOV facilities, and that is the hot lanes. But like I said, right now, all our HOV lanes are barrier separated. Now, in the future, this might be a consideration for the diamond lanes, but it's not in the near future plans.
Pablo, one of the other projects you're in charge of is all our bus shelters, and we're also doing a partnership with the City of Houston with bus shelters. Tell me about that.
Yes, in keeping with our principle of partnering, that's correct. One of the major projects that we're doing in our service area, throughout our service area, is the construction and installation of bus shelters. One of the partnerships that we're currently working with is the City of Houston, along with other entities as well. We're working with private developers. We're also working with districts, management districts, and other local cities within our service area.
So this fiscal year, our goal is to build 37 new bus shelters. Is that right?
That's correct. Approximately 37, 40 shelters is what we had budgeted. Now,
and how does the partnership thing work with that when we're building those?
The partnership is very interesting. One of the things that we do is we partner up with local entities, especially with City of Houston, where City of Houston has improvement projects that they're currently working on. One of the things that we do is we try to leverage the cost of the foundation, the concrete, that pad that the shelter goes in. While the city is currently doing expansion projects or sidewalk improvement projects, we work with them to include a shelter foundation. So in the future, we could come in and then put a shelter in there.
So basically we say, hey guys, can you dump a little more concrete over here, build us a little pad, we'll build a shelter here. That kind of thing, and you work out the deals? Absolutely.
That's what it boils down to. That's correct. And it's a partnership that provides both cost-sharing opportunities for all of us.
Pablo, you know, one of our operating principles is partnership, as you mentioned. What are some of the challenges you've found in creating these partnerships?
One of the challenges that we have found in creating these partnerships is different entities have different ways of performing business. Now, when we partner up, we have to come together and come to a consensus. So that has been somewhat of a challenge, but we have been able to work very successfully in compromising with different entities and sharing responsibilities in the way we do business.
Pablo, what else is ahead for Metro's future in terms of partnering with other agencies?
There's several projects that we're considering. One of many major projects that we're currently working on is the parking rights. As you know, several of our parking right facilities are now being utilized highly being utilized, are beginning to overflow. One of the things is we're partnering with different counties, different agencies in order to continue building more parking rights facilities.
Can you tell me what's ahead? What areas?
Some of the facilities that we're currently working on is the Brazoria County Park and Ride. We're also looking at El Dorado, and then we're also looking at Missouri City. So a lot of these projects right now are in the planning stages, and we hope that in the near future, 1 or 2 years, we could begin doing further evaluation designs, and then ultimately the construction of these facilities.
Very good. Sounds very exciting. Thanks for being with us, Pablo. That's all for this edition of Metro Matters. Until next time, join the conversation on our blog, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and catch us on YouTube. I'm Mary Sitt. Thanks for watching.